guys, today I am filming my intro to Project Pan. It'll be going from January 1st to December 31st of 2015, so I'm giving myself one full year to finish 50 products. And I guess we'll just go ahead and get started with them. There is technically 51 though, because there is one product that I'll explain a little bit more about. It's sort of Project Pan, but it's also part of something different, so I'll explain that, but I'll go ahead and get started. First thing is my Maybelline Dream Pure BB Cream. I've explained before that I do like this, it's just there's other BB creams I want to try. But I've been using this like as a primer or even kind of as its foundation on its own, but then sometimes I do pair it with like a powder one to get a little bit of extra coverage. So I think I'll definitely be able to finish this in the year. I'm not too worried about it. As long as I'm using it consistently, I think it'll go pretty quick. Next is my IT Cosmetics CC Cream. This is just a little travel size one. This is about ½ an ounce. So it's not even the size of a full foundation, but as you can kind of tell, this is in the shade Light and it's a little too dark for my skin. So even though I really like this, it's just too dark for me, and I might repurchase in the fair shade, which I think would be a better match. But I haven't decided yet because I do like this a lot. But I don't know if I want the full size because I just don't use it a ton. But this too, I feel like I'll be able to finish in a year. For concealers, I only have one. It is my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. As you guys can see, it's pretty low. It's right to there. So I feel like I'll be able to finish this in a year. This actually is kind of hard to finish because so much product is in the sponge that it takes a while to kind of use up. Or at least that's how I feel about these. I know some people really fly through them. And it's a good concealer. It's just the light shade is a little too dark for me, and my Ulta is always out of the fair shade. So I ended up purchasing light because I really needed concealer. This is my IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination. This one I'm a little bit worried about. Powders generally go pretty quickly, but I have used this a ton, and it doesn't, besides the fact that it doesn't say IT Cosmetics anymore, I feel like it's still very, very full. But this is also in the shade Light, so it's a little too dark for me. This I think I will repurchase, or I might try a different powder foundation, but I really, really do like this, and it's probably one of the only ways that I, with oily skin, can actually have a dewy finish and not look super oily. So I do like that. It's just in the wrong shade, so I want to use it up. This one you guys have seen quite a bit. It is my Cargo Blu-ray powder. I have used it the entire month of December, so there's some progress from when I showed you guys my last Project Pan update. But I think I'll definitely be able to finish this by the end of the year. There isn't a ton of product in there, so. I do have one brow product. It is my Rimmel brow, I think it's called like Professional Brow Pencil or something. It's in the shade Hazel. I had one of these in my Project Pan before, and I finished it and repurchased it because I ended up falling in love with it. And since I've repurchased it, I've barely used it. So I just feel like I might as well finish it up and not purchase one unless I'm really, really sure that I'm going to use it all the time. Because like I said, I've purchased this and I used it for a while because it is a little bit shorter than what it is when you purchase it. But I haven't really used it enough. So I think I just want to finish that. I do have one blush. I have MAC Breath of Plum. This is one of my favorite blushes. I recently hit just like a little sliver of pan on it, and then ever since then I've been kind of using it just to finish it and take it back to MAC. I'll probably repurchase it, but I just sometimes when I feel like I hit pan on a product, I should just hurry up and finish it. So, because what happens is sometimes I'll hit pan and then I just will purposely not use this so that way it's not gone, and I just feel like that, I don't know, is kind of silly. So this is my Too Faced bronzer in Endless Summer. I'm just not a huge fan of this. I think I really should have gotten the like milk chocolate one instead of the Endless Summer one. It claims to be 16-hour long wearing. It is long wearing, but I don't like this one just because it's a little more shimmery. I don't really like it for contouring and stuff, but as you can see, I do have pan showing, and you can kind of see some of the rings on the outer edge. You can actually feel them through the product. So I feel like this won't take me too long, especially during the summertime. If I use this every day, I think I could really finish it. So for highlighters, I have two. I have my Benefit What's Up. This is the birthday gift that everybody got from Sephora, and as you can see, I have a lot. I barely use mine just because I kind of started saving it for special occasions because it is just a little baby one. But then I just found that I wasn't really using it at all, and now it's getting kind of old, so I just want to finish it. I also have my Smashbox, I can never remember the name, Fusion Soft Lights in Chic Copper. This I am really worried about finishing by the end of the year. I've used it, I mean, I just use it all the time. I use it almost every day pretty much that I'm wearing makeup, so there's a little bit of progress, like I can see where it's dipping down a little bit here, but I think this is just one of those products that's going to take me a really long time to finish, and I'm probably going to have to use it really consistently. But I think kind of one plan that I have is that since this is a cream, I can kind of layer this on top of it. So if I choose not to wear this, I can still just use this, or if I use this, I can use this too. So I'm a little worried about that one, but I'm just gonna hope for the best with it. I do have two eyeliners. The first one is just a little sample travel size one. It's the Urban Decay 24/7 Velvet Pencil in Black Velvet. I really don't like this velvet line. They're a lot drier. I don't see what the purpose of them, I guess, is. Like, they're a lot drier. They're not, in my opinion, as pigmented. There's just kind of no reason that I like this pencil. So I did hear a few people say it's more long lasting, but I didn't experience that. So, and the other one is the Urban Decay, and this is just the regular 24/7 pencil, and this is a full size. It's in Sabbath. I actually have two of these. I got another Sabbath full size pencil for gratis, so I kind of want to finish this one so I can start on the second one before they start to go bad. But it's just a really pretty navy blue, and as much as I love this one, I don't wear it as much as I thought I would. So this has been sharpened a couple times, but otherwise it's pretty full-size pencil. It's almost up to about the second knuckle. I don't know, which that can be your first one. Either way. But that's about how tall it is. So I don't know. This one I'm a little worried about, but I think I can do it if I just use it consistently, which is kind of my biggest thing, is using stuff consistently enough to actually make really good progress with it. For eyeshadows, I have a lot. I was feeling pretty ambitious, I guess, when I picked these out, but oh well. The first one is Yogurt, which was in my project pan last time, and as you guys can see, I hit pan on it. This one I don't think I'll have a problem using because it has so many uses. I can use it as a brow bone highlight. I like to use it as a base shadow, as a blending color, as a lid color. It works as everything for me. So this one I think I will be able to finish, or at least come really close to finishing by the end of the year. Next is Urban Decay Gravity. This one I'm getting rid of because I have obviously a ton of Urban Decay palettes, and this is just very similar to a lot of things that I have, and I just find myself not really using it. Plus I also have a Wet n Wild dupe for this. It's just kind of a blue-purple color with like some silver glitter in it. And you can kind of tell it's been used, but it really hasn't been used a lot, so I feel like this is going to take me a really long time to finish. This one I am really worried about because it's, I don't know, I just feel like this is going to take a long time. Especially because Urban Decay eyeshadows, you don't need a lot of product, you just kind of dip your brush in and you have enough most of the time, so we'll see how that one goes. This one too, you guys might remember from my old project pan. It is the old Urban Decay eyeshadow in Ecstasy. I ended up taking this out of Project Pan because I started to really like it, but I have not used it pretty much since. So I feel like I'm still holding on to this for really no reason, and I might as well just use it up and get rid of it. And then also it's the old formula, so this is starting to get old. I haven't noticed any changes with like smell or consistency or anything like that, but I still just think it's kind of getting too close for me to want to keep it. So that I'm really worried about too, because I made not so great progress with it during Project Pan last time, so this is pretty full too. And then lastly, I guess kind of for loose eyeshadows, this is my Ulta eyeshadow in Plum Noir. There's lots of purples in this because I own a lot of purples and palettes and stuff, so I just feel like I don't need all these single eyeshadows. But this one's in Plum Noir, and I've used this a handful of times, so same thing. It's a full eyeshadow, and this is actually, I think, even bigger than like the Urban Decay one, so this is going to be, let's see, This is 0.08 ounces and this is 0.05. So this one is definitely bigger. So I'm a little worried about this too, but I'm hoping to at least hit pan on this, or at least hit pan on all of them, something. I would like to finish them all, but I think I'll be okay if I hit pan on them. At least that's a start. So there's that. I also have this Urban Decay 7 Days of Shadow Deluxe Sampler. I got this in a like Urban Decay gift goodie bag type thing. And these are just really not as good as Urban Decay eyeshadows actually are. So I don't know. But there's Woodstock, which is like a bright pink. This one is Foxy, which is in the Naked 2 palette. It makes a really good brow bone highlight color. This one is Flash, which is purple, and I feel like it's kind of similar to Ecstasy maybe. I'll kind of have to compare the two, but I feel like they look sort of similar. This one is Blackout, which I think is going to be kind of hard because when you use a black shadow, you typically don't need a lot. So I think Blackout might be kind of hard to use, but there's that. YDK, which is also in the Naked 2 palette. I do like that one though, so. And Desperation, which is like, I don't know, it's kind of a taupey gray color. This I don't think I've seen in any palettes or anything like that, but I've been wanting to try that one, so. And then there is Mildew, which is another one I've been wanting. It's kind of a green, with like a little bit of a gold tone to it. So I'm excited for this one too, but like I said, these just aren't as good as if you were to buy an actual individual eyeshadow. These are a lot drier, and they almost seem to lack pigmentation a little bit too. I don't know if it's just because they're on like a card or what, but I kind of want to use these up and get rid of them. This I don't think will take too long as I remember to use them, but that's just it. They're something I kind of tend to forget about. So, next is my Anastasia Catwalk palette. This is going to be my Pan That palette for 2016, I'm hoping. This year is going to be the Naked palette in addition to something else that I'll show next, but I would like to hit pan on a couple of these shadows. I don't necessarily need to finish the palette, but I want to get a good start on this for 2016, so that way I have made it a little easier on myself because this is a full palette. I got this as gratis from work, and I only used it a handful of times. And I'm just really not fond of it, so I just kind of want to use it up. It's one of those things that I thought about giving it away, but I kind of didn't want to give it away. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just do Pan That palette with it then. And the last kind of eyeshadow thing I have besides the Naked palette is my MAC Fabulousness Warm Eyes. This I am going to combine with my Naked palette because my Naked palette I've hit pan on so many shadows and it's pretty well used. So this is pretty well used too. As you can see, Glamour Light pan is showing and Retrospec is very, very close. Otherwise, these three over on this side over here are not as used. So they're pretty full eyeshadows. So I think that this combined with that will be a little bit more of a challenge, but you will probably see this in Project Pan and in Pan That palette. I'll probably kind of include it in both because I just really want to finish this and take it back to MAC. Which, by the way, does anybody know if you can take special things like this back to MAC? Because it's from a holiday collection a few years ago. And I don't know if this is one of those things that you can take back or not, but I mean, I would like to. So I don't know. Next I have my EOS balms. I still have 3 of them. So this first one I believe is like passion berry or passion fruit. I did make some progress with this last month. I've been reaching for these a lot. It's winter, my lips are really dry, so I just need to keep working on these. This one I believe is pomegranate. Used this a couple of times as well. And this one is Honeydew, which is in my purse, and I haven't actually used this much. As you can see, it's getting kind of flat. So this one I'm most excited about, and I think I'll probably finish first. But I'm really hoping that I can finish them this year. I'm not very good about applying lip balm and remembering to reapply and that kind of thing. So I'm really hoping I can finish those, and I think I'll be able to, but I'm a little worried about those ones. Next, this is my Fresh Sugar Berry Lip Treatment. I got this after Sephora gave it to us as a birthday gift, and I did like it, but I don't know, since I purchased this one, it's very, I don't know, kind of melty, I guess. Like, it's just, no matter whether I freeze it or whether it's in the hot sun, it's always the same consistency. It's always very, I guess, just kind of melted feeling. It's just not that pleasant to use. I do like the color and stuff though, and the only other issue I have with it is because this one is so much bigger around than like the little ones that you got from Sephora, it's a lot harder to get a more precise application, which you kind of need because this is tinted and this does stain my lips just a little bit. So I kind of need a precise application, and this is like too big, I feel like, to get that. So I'm gonna see if I can buy a little pack of them with just the little like travel size ones, because that size works a lot better for me than that one. So I'll see if I can find those. I know they usually have them around Christmas time, and I didn't really see any on Sephora's website this year. I saw a couple different sets, but not one that had, there was one last year that had like all of them, and it was like $50, $60, and I wanted it, and nobody got it from me for Christmas, and I didn't get it in time. So I kind of want to see if I can find something like that again. Next is my Nivea Lip Butter in Caramel Cream Kiss. This does not look too much different from when I showed you guys my update last time, just because I've been working on the EOS ones a little bit more, just because this one has had some progress. It is showing pan now, and I don't think this will take me that long. So I feel like this will be a really easy, quick thing to finish. I do have a lot of lip products just because I found a lot that I kind of want to get rid of. The first one is the MAC lipstick in Cream Cup. I like this one, but I don't love it as much as everybody else does. So that is how much I have left. Really not that much. Especially when you actually turn down the plastic. Really not that much. So I think this will be pretty quick if I use it consistently, but like I said, I'm just not as crazy about it as everybody else is. So I feel like it's going to take me a little longer to finish. Next is my MAC lipstick in Odyssey. This is one of my favorite fall lipsticks ever. And as you can see, same thing, just not a lot to use, and then with the plastic kind of down in, even less. So there really isn't that much to use, but I'm just using this one up because even though it's one of my favorites, it is getting old. So I just want to repurchase a new one. I do have two NYX Butter lipsticks that look very similar. This first one I'm going to do is Fun Size. I kind of love-hate this product. Sometimes I really like it, and other times I just really don't. And I realized recently that I haven't reached for it in a long time, and I just really don't think that I like it. So I kind of want to use it up, but as you can see, there's, I don't know, I guess not that much. It just kind of seems like a lot. I have used it quite a bit, so I don't think this will go too bad. As long as I use it, it's just, as long as I use it, it'll go away. And then this one is Bit of Honey. This one is brand new. I've worn it once. And as you can tell, it's a really big mess because it's actually broke and separated from the like black base. So I have to be really careful with this one, but you can kind of see the lipstick is really beat up. So this one I just want to use up. Same kind of thing. I'm just not a huge fan of this formula, and I don't like these colors. The nudes just really make my lips look chapped even if they're not. Like, they settle into all the fine lines. They just, I don't know, they look really bad sometimes. So I just want to finish those. This one is my CoverGirl lipstick in Cream. I watched a couple of videos of people recommended this as a good nude lipstick. But I just really don't like it on me. There is quite a bit of this one left, as you can kind of see. I feel like this one's going to take a little longer, but I have worn this a few times. I don't know. Same thing with this. I don't like the color. It settles into my fine lines. I'm just still on the hunt for a good, perfect nude lipstick. This one is my Maybelline lipstick in Blushing Beige. This is part of their nudes collection. This formula I actually do like, but this particular color on me is, I don't know, weird. I don't want to say it's almost too nude, but it's just, I don't know, it's really, really weird. So this one is almost full. I've only worn it a handful of times. I'm gonna have to mix it with something though, because like I said, I don't like the color. It's too nude on me. So I'm gonna have to mix it with like a gloss or something to make it a little more wearable. But that one, formula wise, I actually do like. So next is my Milani Lip Flash, and this is in Star Flash. Vintage or Tacky did a Sugar Plum Fairy tutorial a few years ago, and she mixed this with like a MAC like tinted lip balm type thing, and it looked really, really pretty. And I agree, it's a really pretty when it's mixed with something, but like on its own it settles in my fine lines, and then sometimes when I pair it with like a lipstick or something, it looks really bad. So I specifically have to pair this with a gloss to make it look decent, and it's just not, in my opinion, worth the trouble. Yes, it's really pretty, but like I said, it's just kind of not worth the trouble. So this is a pretty full pencil, and it's going to take me a while, but I think if I find a way that I really like to wear this all year round, I will be able to power through and finish this. This is my Buxom Gloss in Debbie. I got this like, not this last summer, but the summer before, and I really, really liked it, but when I went to wear it this last summer, I just wasn't in love with it anymore, and I don't like the Buxom formula. They're too minty for my liking, I guess. I like the Tarte ones a lot because it's just the right amount of mintiness, but Pretty Pistol 86 has talked about these before and it being way too cooling on her lips too, so I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that, but I don't know. I also had one in Princess in my last Project Pan update that went pretty well, so I think this will go pretty quickly too if I, again, am consistent and remember to use it. Next is my Urban Decay All Nighter. This is the extra large one. I got this on sale, I think, for like $13 when they were changing their packaging over from this kind of logo to like just the plain white bottles. So this was like $13. There actually isn't a whole lot left. Like if I had to guess, I would say there's probably like that much left, maybe even less. There just really doesn't feel like there's a lot in here, but I purchased the D-Slick because I like that one a little bit better. So I just kind of want to finish this up because it's getting old and because I have kind of a backup sort of. So now going into hair products. First thing is the Organics Renewing Argan Oil of Morocco. This is okay. I don't know. Sometimes I really like it, and then other times I can't tell the difference between my hair. So I don't know if it's actually what leave-in treatment that I'm using that I'm noticing or what it is, but this I'm just like, I wanted an oil I could put on my hair wet or dry, and this you can only put on your hair when it's wet. And it almost reminds me more of like an oil and a gel kind of together. So I don't know, this is kind of weird. It's okay, but I don't know, I need to clean out my hair products, so it needs to go. This is my Healthy Sexy Hair Soy Tri-Wheat Leave-In Conditioner. Kind of same thing with this as the Urban Decay thing. I don't think there's really that much left. Like if I guessed, probably like that much. Actually, probably less. It feels kind of less. So there really isn't that much left of this, but I just feel like this really doesn't do a whole lot for my hair. I know some people swear by it. They want the benefit, what's up? I know some people swear by it, but I just really don't see the hype. I don't like it. This is my Healthy Sexy Hair Soy Renewal Oil. This is pretty full. I don't even know if you guys can see. Yeah, there you go. You can see. This is going to take me a long time. This I'm really worried about finishing by the end of the year because it's an oil, so you don't really need a lot. Just kind of one pump and you're done. And it's taken me a long time to get to this point. I've had this for, I think I've had this since like August, September or August, and it's taken me that long to get to there, which it's now January. So it's taken me a while. Next I have two It's a 10 leave-in conditioners. I got these both for free. This one I actually got from Cosmoprof as a sample, and then at one point Ulta was giving these out with like a $20 purchase. So I have two of these. The regular It's a 10, it's pretty low as you can see, so this one I really don't think is going to take me long to finish at all. But the Keratin one is a little more full, so this one's going to take a little longer. But these will both go really, really quick. if I use them. It's just that I do have another leave-in conditioner that I really, really love and adore, so it's going to be hard for me to use these and not use that one because I'm trying to keep my hair in really good shape. And obviously if I notice a difference with the leave-in conditioner, I'd rather use that than something that I maybe don't notice as much of a difference. These work okay for me. Like, I do notice a slight difference, and I like that they have a heat protectant in it, but otherwise things like this, like, I don't notice any difference. So I kind of have to like mix them or something to make it work. I have my Aveda Confixor gel. I used to love this stuff and just be obsessed with it when I was in school. The reason that I like this though is that if you put it in your hair when it's wet, it kind of gives your hair that extra hold without having to use like hairspray or something. So this was one of my favorite things to use when I was curling my hair like today, because I'd put it in, blow dry my hair and everything, and then style it, and it would have a little bit of extra hold, a little bit of extra kind of grit, I guess is what I want to use, because it's sort of like when your hair is too clean and it doesn't style very well. This kind of gives you that like little bit of dirtiness that you need for the style to hold a little better. So that's kind of the other reason that I like this. But as you can see, it's really liquidy, so I feel like this might go okay, but this also dries out my hair, so it's another thing of I kind of don't want to use it because it's not good for my hair, but yeah. Next is my Bedhead Totally Baked Volumizing and Prepping Hair Meringue. I just don't really like this. It was in my last project pan and it's going really, really slow. There's a hair on there. It's going really, really slow just because you only need 1 or 2 pumps and that's it. So it's kind of a lot like the oil in that you don't really need a lot, so it's going to take a while, but I definitely think I can finish this by the end of the year. I just think it's going to be cutting it really close. This one I really don't have any problems using because I don't have any other volumizing root products right now. So this one I don't think will be too hard for me to finish. It's just making a good enough amount of progress that I actually do finish it. I have a couple fragrance things. First one is my Kat Von D Adora Rollerball. This it's not the one that I thought that it was, so I don't particularly love it. And it's really hard to get out of the box. Let me get it out. 10 minutes later, I'm going to be still messing with this thing. Here we go. Okay. So, as you can see, or maybe you can't see just because the design is kind of in the way. It's up to about here. You can kind of see it there. But this I just don't like as much. It's okay, but I'm actually not a big fan of rollerballs. I just feel like the fragrance doesn't last as long on me if it's a rollerball. Because I'm one of those people that I like to spray it in my hair and things like that. I don't know what they are called. Is it atomizers or something like that? You can put your fragrance in, and I think those like actually spray. So I thought about getting one of those and doing that with the rollerball, but I don't know. So there isn't a lot of progress made on this, but I feel like this is definitely something I'll be able to finish by the end of the year. Next is my Marc Jacobs Dot one. I do like this one. I don't know, I kind of, some days I really like it and some days I really don't. Today is kind of one of those days that I do like it, but as you can see, there really actually isn't a lot left of this one. So this won't take long at all to finish, and I wouldn't be surprised if by the time I come back in February it's gone. Because I really only think there's a few uses left, because I actually kind of spray a lot when I spray perfume. Which is not good, I know, but try to use it up, so. Next is my Revlon Skin Lights. Sorry, this is kind of the one random thing in between the fragrances, but it's the Revlon Skin Lights Face Illuminator. It says Face Illuminator, but that is not what I intend on using this for. It's in the shade Golden Light, and I do actually have another one of these, which is more white and kind of more pink toned, whereas this is really bronzy and gold. So this I actually kind of just want to use as like a bronzing thing for the summer and whatnot, maybe mixing it with like lotions and stuff. But I've had this for a really, really long time. My mom actually gave this to me. So I just want to use it up because it's getting old, and I want to see if it's even possible to finish this thing because there is just so much stuff in here. But what is kind of nice is it comes with a little brush in the top cap part. So now back to the fragrances. I want to finish up my Bath & Body Works ones. I kind of want to purchase them in like a big full size. Or some of them actually have like an actual perfume as opposed to this, which is called a fragrance mist. So the perfumes are a little stronger and last a little longer. So I kind of want to get those. But this first one is Warm Vanilla Sugar. And this one I don't think I'll have any problem finishing. It's just really easy to wear, and this one is one of those ones that I can wear no matter what kind of mood I'm in. It's just vanilla, so it's kind of classic. This one is Twilight Woods. As you can see, I haven't worn this one as much, but this is one of the ones that I think they actually do have like a fragrance for and I want to purchase, because this is actually my signature like scent. If I had to pick one perfume for the rest of my life, it would probably be Twilight Woods. I really do like this one. I kind of took a break from it because I did have it in Project Pan before, and it just kind of ended up being a long break because I was also trying to finish those Victoria's Secret sprays. So I haven't got to use this much, but I am going to start wearing this a lot more now. This one is Japanese Cherry Blossom, which is probably another one of my like all-time favorites from them. And this one I don't think they have a perfume of, but I could be wrong. But like I said, it's just another one of my favorites, so I know that this one will probably get used a lot during the spring and summer because for some reason it smells like a classic floral pretty scent to me. So when I don't want something super fruity or I guess kind of tropical smelling, that one's kind of a nice one to go to. This one I for sure need the large in. It is the Paris Amour one. This is probably, I mean, this is one of my newer favorites, but I really like it, as you can tell, because it's the most used. But this one really won't take me long to finish. I think this is probably going to be the one I'm going to start with out of the 4 of them because it's so close to being done, but I really like that one. This one I wore a lot in December. It was Velvet Sugar. This I got on clearance during their clearance sale after Christmas last year, and I really like this. I'll get a lot of compliments when I wear this one, but I don't like the fact that it's a shimmer mist, which is the only one that they actually had on clearance. So I kind of want to go back and get this scent, but just not in the shimmer one. The shimmer is like not bad or anything, it's just like I said, I spray a lot of fragrance, so I tend to be completely covered in glitter after I use this. So something without glitter would be kind of nice. This is kind of my one fun item that I'm adding in here just kind of for myself. It is the Japanese Cherry Blossom lotion. I like using up these. They're just kind of a fun item. I don't know. I've had them before in Project Pans and I always like to finish these. They're just really easy to finish. They smell good. Like there's just lots of reasons like I like to use these. But as you can tell, it's almost full. It's kind of up to around the corners here. It was all the way up to the top, so I have used it some, but I think this will go pretty quickly and I'll be able to finish it for sure by the end of the year. Ooh, I just dropped it. Next and kind of last is my Ahava Time to Smooth Age Control Eye Cream. I have not been as crazy about this lately. It feels really nice, but I haven't actually noticed any difference in my under eye area, and that's kind of what's left. I feel like it's probably like half the jar maybe. So this I think I'll be able to finish really easy too, as long as I use it, but I don't know. I'm just not as, I mean it works, I mean it feels really nice, but it just doesn't work. So, and this is kind of the last thing, my Urban Decay Naked palette. This is number 51. This is going to be in Pan That palette, which is why I was talking about the Anastasia Catwalk palette, because that'll be for 2016. But this is going to be my 2015 Pan That palette. And I'll show you guys, I've used it a little bit this last month, so there has actually been more progress. I've used Sin a lot more this last month, and Naked. Buck I've used a little bit, Dark Horse I've used a little bit, and I've also really been using Toasted and Hustle a lot too. I pretty much can already tell that Creep and Gunmetal are going to be the 2 that I have left, probably last, because those 2 I just really don't reach for, but I think I really want to try to, I don't know, reach for them more so they're not the last 2 that I'm stuck with. But, oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. Amber. she has been doing looks using gunmetal and stuff because her Naked palette that she did for 2014, she had gunmetal as her last color. So she was doing a lot of tutorials and kind of shop your stash with that. So I'm probably going to kind of watch some of her videos and get some ideas of how to use this because it's kind of a nice gray color. It's just that I don't know, I don't wear gray a lot, so I'm going to try to find a way to use that more. But like I said, this is item 51, so you probably won't see this actually in Project Pan. You'll just see it more in Pan That Palette videos. So, I mean, I'll just show it to you now, but that's probably what it's going to mostly be in. And MAC Fabulousness Warm Eyes will kind of be in both. And you kind of can tell why I wanted to combine it with this because this is pretty used. So I feel like this I will definitely be able to finish in a year. Because I love my Naked palette. I am definitely repurchasing it once I finish it. But for kind of convenience, I want to finish it because I have Virgin in the full size and I'm actually really close to hitting that pan on that. But I want to purchase a new palette and actually have all the colors in the palette completely full. So that way I don't have to always bring Virgin along, or for example, I'm running really close to being done with Naked, so I don't want to run out of Naked and have to purchase that in a full size and carry that along too. So just kind of for convenience, I want to finish this and get a new palette, but it's one of my favorites. So that is it for everything. That is the whole 51 items. Some of these are going to be really challenging and some of them are going to be really easy, I think, but I definitely think that I'll be able to finish or make at least really good progress on a lot of these products. Like I said, the eyeshadows are something I'm a little concerned about, but we'll just kind of have to see how those go. So, alright, I will see you guys back very beginning of February. I will have my update of empties and what's completed for Project Pan so far, where everything is at progress-wise for Project Pan. But yeah, I will see you guys then. Bye.